Welcome to Conversations with Lauren and Ali, where we bridge all things in the spiritual and human experience.
This is a space where raw honesty meets higher truth, where personal stories open doors to deeper self-awareness, and where the messy, magical journey of being human is honoured as a sacred path of awakening. So, take a breath, get cozy, and join us in today's conversation.
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, I'm okay. How are you? I want to know how you are.
I'm feeling good today. Something occurred to me. I think I've been sharing, so I'm probably telling you stuff that you may have already seen me share, but there's been such a different feeling a different feeling than I anticipated. And I think that I really only this morning recognized this is what it feels like to feel safe in my body. This is what it feels safe to know in my nervous system that I'm where I'm supposed to be and I'm
Yeah.
doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And my mind has been throwing up different stories and trying to get me to, just even drawing me into like the high of it and the celebration of it, or like should you be feeling something different and
Mm,
can you trust that everything's going to be okay? Like this is a momentous thing kind of in terms of
mm.
backing myself. And this morning when I was just sitting in my usual morning practice, it just really landed with me that I actually feel really safe in my body. And I think that it was really interesting, um, also getting your soul business connection, because connecting to the way my business came through that and the connection my business has with me when I do my little tune in for the day and just kind of like set my energy and set my team, create that field. I'm called in the business as well as part of
Oh,
that
yeah.
because it made sense, right? The
Mm,
way you brought it through as being a part of me and just being with me,
mm.
that I would kind of bring that in like I was bringing in any part of my team. And I just recognized through that experience why the newness in that too, because I haven't created from this place before.
No.
And yesterday, another piece I just want to, because I think I forgot to share this with you, but my sacral womb kind of area was pulsing and fluttering since I woke up yesterday, like all day. And then after like listened and received your transmission, I realized it had stopped. And I connected to like what came back into my awareness was you talking about moving from, or she said moving from co-create, procreate.
I want to use that line. I was going to ask you, I'm like, that's so cool. Uh,
So yeah, there was a really interesting connection then
yeah.
to that sacral energy.
Mm.
Um,
Isn't that a really interesting way to look at things?
mhm, mhm,
That it's not just co-creation, like you're not like separate and
mhm,
to like you think of two, yeah, it's procreating. It's like creating something
mhm.
from you both, like together, and yeah, birthing something new. Like, yeah,
So that felt really significant, like another piece of the puzzle kind of coming into my awareness. And as I said
yeah,
this morning, feeling like, okay, I can even feel the energy shifting in that
yeah,
space as I talk about it. It's lighter
yeah,
because it um it does feel more easeful, and there's something in that frequency that has shifted from what is a co-creation and maybe a sense of responsibility,
mm,
or something that I felt with that, to this feels a lot more easeful and light.
yeah,
Um, and so it just feels more cohesive as well.
yeah,
And I think even the neutrality that I've been feeling is also this understanding of like, well, this is what I've been working towards, wanting my state of being,
yeah,
but also knowing that this is probably where all of the culmination of everything that I've been doing, even over the last 5+ years, is now starting to come together.
hmm,
And having maybe tried to force it over that time, And then it took to really letting that go and really surrendering into letting it, I guess, procreate, right? Because it
Yeah.
informed me when it wanted to be. Oh my gosh, that's just coming to me now. Like it informed me when it wanted to come through. It informed
Yeah.
me of its name.
Yep.
Um, I even, I'm even seeing like the, because the logo and everything is just feeling so really different to anything I've had before.
Because it is.
And I'm seeing like the lettering, and I'm seeing, I think I shared with you that the shape and that the way you brought through the yin yang and just the simplicity of the circle, because the circle kept
This
coming.
the circle is the circle. It's yeah.
And I was like, it's got to be more than a circle. What do you like? Come on, give me more. And
Yeah.
it's the simplicity of like
Hmm.
this circle, and even plain font, nothing. I love a
Yep.
cursive type font, and it's like, no, you know. And so it's this real like it is a back and forth, right?
Hmm.
It is yeah, it is moving me in different directions,
Yeah.
but it feels really good. It feels really good. And today, so I think yesterday I was having a bit of a physical letdown, which I expected because
Hmm.
my body always does that. My
Yep.
nervous system, it
Hmm.
needs time to calibrate. But I'm really proud of my body because it actually was it was far less intense than what I was expecting. It was just, I felt
Yeah.
tired.
After
I
that
felt
amount of
tired.
time, I wouldn't have been surprised if you were still feeling like that today, like the rest of the week.
Yeah, and maybe it will come because funnily enough, their first 3 days, like this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm quite busy,
Yeah.
and next week is a bit more open. But um, it also is interesting to me that it's because it feels I'm calibrated,
Yeah.
and so there doesn't need to be the dramatic letdown maybe that I've had in the past because I've been calibrated and I've been working on that foundation.
Hmm.
So this is just the natural next step.
Yeah.
So it's really changed my whole feel about understanding to the way I process endings and completion from so many
Mm.
different ways, because I've been connecting a lot with that I don't do endings and completion well. Like I tend to ghost or
Yeah.
just
Start
kind of,
something and not finish it, or
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um, or I avoid any fanfare and avoid any kind of celebration or
Okay.
whatever. I
The way
don't
you
sort of,
actually do the completion process.
yeah,
Yeah.
the way I seal it off, I
Hmm.
suppose.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so and then also in this case of like how the ending got to feel actually quite easeful and simple
Mm.
and pain-free, and just it opened into the next stage very simply and very easefully. So it's
Yeah.
been this whole, yeah, whole big
It could
learning.
have been like you think about it yesterday for a lot of people, or for Ali 2 years ago, you could have been on your bed crying. And do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like really the emotion just running through you because it's a lot of, it's a shift in your identity. It's a shift in, your security that you've felt for so long because you've been in the job for so long. Like there's so many parts to it that we've already spoken about.
Mm,
It could have looked very, very different. But like you said,
definitely.
it didn't. It just was like, it was so graceful. It was graceful to watch from like
Yeah.
watching you do it, and what you shared. It was like, whoa, yeah, it looks like a fucking, she's as graceful as a swan fucking moving through this. Like, a lot of people would be a mess because it's a big change, but you'd already, like you said, you'd already calibrated, you'd already taken all the steps because you followed that your inner knowing. You knew what to do every part of the
Yeah.
way.
And for me, this was really like, oh my gosh, this is soul-led living. This is what
Yes,
soul-led living
you just
really is.
experienced it
Yeah. Yeah. It
properly.
was,
Like, yeah.
yeah. It
Hmm.
has been wild in the sense of so much as just making sense.
Yeah.
And there's also this appreciation too for what's already with us,
Uh-huh.
and how sometimes we keep thinking, I'm waiting for that moment to drop, or I'm waiting for that. I'm setting my intention. I want things to be easeful, peaceful, and fun. And
Yeah, but
it's
you got to
like,
start
well,
there. Yeah.
but it's already here. It's
It's
already
there.
here.
Yeah.
And so it felt like, too, interestingly, this morning was just this recognition of, oh, I'm here. This is what this is. And this is why I'm not feeling anything either which way, because I have always been the like feel the highs really
Yeah.
high, feel the lows really low.
Hmm.
And I've often felt like it's sort of that all or nothing energy. I've
Yeah.
really struggled with the balance. And it occurred to me yesterday after receiving your beautiful um, business transmission as well, that my art had been coming through for the last few months, really bringing the balance and bringing my awareness to the balance of like not letting it swing too much. So, yes, to celebrating, honoring, and witnessing, but I don't have to feel it up here. And equally, the
Yeah.
low, I don't have to come all the way
No.
down. I can feel those things and just still keep that in balance.
Hmm.
And so that was the interesting piece of walking out of the office and feeling like, well, should I be feeling something? Why am I not feeling anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, um, I was thinking I was going to mark the occasion, or I was thinking it would feel a certain way. And it was like nothing, there was nothing there. And it didn't want to be anything.
No.
It was just all really easeful. And even though I can hear this very quiet voice in the back of my mind that is like, well, what about the financial element of it? What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? What if it fails? What if you fail? Blah, blah, blah. But I just feel like that it's not even, I just know there's like such a deep knowing that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be
Yeah.
and that all will take care of itself.
Hmm.
And um, I'm not even really thinking about it, or not even trying to drill down into creating anything too much in the minutiae of everything. And
Yeah.
just, I think there's more trust in the unfolding.
Yeah, because you're like you're so in tune with your soul right now. You just said it, like you're hearing, you're not even hearing, you're just feeling it. That knowing is just coming from that connection to your soul of like, no, everything's going to be fine. This is where I'm
Hmm.
meant to be. This is what I'm meant to be doing. And yeah, it's just those old little pings that you
Hmm.
get. This is the normal logical mind, isn't it? We're human.
Hmm.
We worry
Hmm.
about, we have to have money to survive in this world.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
all the typical things like, am I going to fail? It's just all very human stuff that I
Well,
reckon will discontinue it'll dissipate pretty quick.
well, and I think the other piece is this is also being aware of releasing attachment to things, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel a sense of really leaning in and being invited over the last few months, particularly with the dismantling of my business and all
Yeah.
of that change that's been coming, of like this understanding of not being attached to anything in
Yeah.
particular.
Hmm.
Just, and again, I just want to reflect back another piece of that beautiful soul business connection, because you talked about it being the new, and of course it's new. Um,
Yeah.
because the way I connected, even just we talked about it feeling like it's neutral, that it's more of a
Yeah.
she feel,
Yes. Yes.
because what I had, she's been created in my embodied feminine power,
Hmm.
versus 5 years ago I was creating from
Mm.
this masculine.
But you must have needed, that's part of your journey. You needed to do that
Yeah,
first and
yeah. Well,
really anchor into that first.
yes, because that balance piece of the yin and the yang, as you shared as well,
Yeah.
like there's so many layers to everything that you brought through, was just really, really incredible. That really anchored some of that for me, and just the feeling, because I think we know we are our business in this particular industry.
In this industry, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are our business, and there's always been that awareness for me,
Yeah.
to feel that
Hmm.
in this soft way, this supportive way. Um, Yeah, I just don't have any words for that, because I think that was one of the most powerful elements. There was many powerful elements of that beautiful transmission, but um, that in particular really resonated with me, because I understood why my nervous system feels good about making such a big change
Yeah.
and stepping into such a big stepping into, I don't know if new identity is the right word, because I'm not sure I like identity, but
Yeah. Identity feels like an attachment, like a label, doesn't
yeah,
it? That,
yeah,
but
but
it is
it's
that
it's a new
new
version of
version of self. Mm.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yes, amazing.
I'm excited for you. It's all but I can see it in you how easeful it is,
Hmm.
I know you fairly well now. And I
Yes.
know your facials, I know your energy. I can tell
You've
when something's
seen me
like,
go through a
oh,
lot. Yeah.
yeah. And you are just blissed at the moment, so
Mm.
and peaceful. So you can literally, you can see it in you, which is really, really
I think
beautiful.
the other exciting part too is there is actually a desire for me to experiment now.
Yeah.
I think before I had rigidity around everything and
Mm,
fear around, um, well, what if I launch this and it doesn't go anywhere? Whereas now it kind of feels like, ah, who cares? When I create something, let's create it and see what happens. you know there's
I
that
know.
different feel to of like, oh, we get to play. That's the energy
Yeah.
that the
It's
business is
freedom.
bringing. Yeah, yeah,
It's freedom.
yes, freedom,
Because I think
absolutely.
you are experiencing a whole new level of freedom right now since
Hmm.
detaching fully from your corporate job. That's
Yeah.
freedom. You're gonna, even whether you really are consciously aware of it or not, I think your body, your mind, like all parts of you are gonna feel free.
Well, that's what, do you know what? That's been the most interesting piece. Thank you for saying that. Two things, because my dear friend Michelle had channeled some information for me about my body, like I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and talking about the fact that I'm carrying a lot of the physical weight that I'm carrying is connected to the, I guess, the weight that I've been carrying from
Mm,
that corporate phase. And she was receiving this information that a lot of that will actually just naturally release
yeah.
as I release through this time. And it's funny because even in only a day and a half, really, since that finished now,
Hmm.
by the time we're recording this, I can already feel my body softening and releasing and just letting go.
Hmm.
And I didn't really realize how much of the contraction that I felt, or how much of the holding on and the survival, was actually tied to the job, the
The
identity,
job,
all of
all the
those things.
timelines. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Um, and while part of me was like, I could have let go of this a long time ago,
Mm-mm.
I also know that I couldn't have, because as we've
Hmm.
spoken a lot about the mastery, this feels like that graduation
Yeah.
point
Now was
from
the
where
right
we
time.
were, yeah,
Hmm.
12, 18 months ago. Um, as we're both going through transitions as well,
Mm.
um, through our mastery and because for you too, there's probably a change in identity, right?
Yeah.
I don't know
Again,
if you
I don't know
call
if
it
I
identity, but
kind of is
an evolution.
an evolution. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there is. And it feels a bit, it feels uncomfortable. Doesn't like I'm still in a kind of a little bit of an uncomfortable stage, but it's also strange because I also at the same time accept it for what it is
Mhm.
and acknowledge it and know it's there and I feel it and I know it's happening and I'm like I'm not judging it. I'm not doing anything with it. It's neutral again. It's like, okay, some stuff's changing. Like, how do I expect it not to
Mhm.
when all I've been doing for the last 12 months, like I've taken a lot of periods of time off work to just, you know, get myself together, get my life together, like my
Mhm.
foundation's solid and everything for my family and um giving myself time out to just recalibrate because that's what I felt the need to do and I haven't like created much this year and now I know why. Like I
Mhm.
know why. It's because I was going through that, people call it the void. It wasn't a void. It was more than that.
Mhm.
It was
Mhm.
more than a void. I've been through them many times before, but this was different. It felt like a shift in identity almost.
Mhm.
Um, and lots of things, yeah, I suppose had to take place externally from my work and everything, like just in my life.
Major
Um,
completion.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Um, yeah, so. I don't know. Like I said, I feel that I've shifted, and like I said before, how do I expect how do I expect things not to change with my work and everything? Like
Mhm.
I know you and I spoke about it yesterday. I've always been a person that's kind of I'll get a download. Oh, I really want to offer this because it's something that's just come from wherever it's come from, whatever the source of it is,
The procreation
or the
field.
inspiration. Yeah, yeah, whatever it is. Um, and then you sort of go, okay, I might do this once, or like everything that we create, it's constantly evolving. And I think that's really
Mhm.
important that as we evolve, like our work should evolve, our what
Mm.
we offer, like our frequency changes. Like we're not going to stay the same and do the same shit forever, you know?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
when you go through those changes, like you've just gone through, or you just sailed through like a swan. I just keep seeing this swan on the water, this bloody black swan.
Yeah, with
Um,
the feet underneath the feet like this.
well, I'm not seeing that. Maybe I'm just seeing where you're at right now here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's yeah. And when things change, like I said, you've just been through the change or a major change, a major shift, and you still are going through it, but it's
Mm.
almost like
Mhm.
you've gone through that threshold, you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and yeah, it always feels a little bit, you always feel a little bit vulnerable because you're always, you're
Oh my
human and you think,
gosh.
are people going to, things are going to change. Things are going to change. Your community's going to change. Yeah, you just know that there's change in the air.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
great point about the vulnerability. That was something that I noticed for me on the Tuesday evening, even to yesterday. And I obviously today it's not there because it didn't come into my awareness, but when you said
Mm.
it then, I could feel myself reacting to different things or being really defensive just with life about
Yeah.
little small things. And then it was like, hang on a minute, hang on a minute. I know I'm feeling really vulnerable. I'm
Mm.
feeling really open, really
Mm.
raw. So I just need to let myself honor that and don't need to like fire off at anything. Just give myself some space.
Yeah.
Or take anything personally. Like there was some things that were triggering me, and it was like, no, it's okay because it's because of how I'm feeling right now. It's actually
Yeah.
got nothing to do with me, and sort of kind of expanded out that field. And so I think that's a great point is the piece about vulnerability, because
Yeah.
of course, it's going to
Hmm.
feel that way and dredge up any of that like unworthiness or fear of not
Yeah.
being accepted,
Yeah.
or rejection and that
All
kind
of
of
that. Like
thing.
I'm
Mm.
I'm getting this visual of like a kid walking into a new primary school, like a little kid walking into a new school for the first day. Like they've had to change schools and they don't know anyone. They don't know the surroundings. Nothing feels familiar. You know the feeling that that's like invoking right now. It's like
Yes.
almost anxiety. It's like, holy
Hmm.
shit, where am I? I don't know anyone. I feel alone. I don't know where to go. I don't like that
Hmm.
kind of feeling. There's
Yes,
a
great.
there's a hint of that with what or I have experienced that. I have felt that, but
Hmm.
not definitely not to an extreme level like I would have in the past. And like I said, I know there's change happening with me. I know the flavor of my work
Hmm.
is changing. It's evolving. And it's particularly hard when you feel like you never thought you'd go in a certain direction.
Hmm.
It's that kind of thing. But like I said, deep down, and it's almost like I can feel it in the back of my head, like the back of my
Yeah.
mind, I'm like,
Hmm.
who gives a fuck? Like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, like it just feels, I don't know. I can't explain other than that
Mm.
neutral feeling of like it is what it is. I somewhere inside I know it's right. Like I know that there's this change that's coming that's right. I may not know how it looks or what's going to happen or what the outcome is going to be. But yeah,
Because this is a completely different way of operating for our nervous system, for our mind and body and
isn't it?
all the parts of us. So
Yeah.
I think that's the part that I've also found really interesting too, is that probably overlook that neutrality, or I have
I
probably
have.
overlooked that
Mm,
neutrality and drummed up a lot of anxiety and drummed up the
yeah.
stories when I probably didn't need to. And um, it was really interesting to like feel this flurry of mixed emotions on
Mm,
the Tuesday as well, and to sit with all of that and let it all kind of subside, and to realize that that was where then like it was just a feeling of neutrality, and it's like, oh, okay, this is what this feels like.
yeah.
um and so I love that, because it becomes, I don't know, I guess that's the 0 point, isn't it? So of
Mm.
course it makes everything easier to trust, to surrender, to allow the unknown, and just to, I mean, like you're talking about as well, you change, feeling this change in your direction of your offerings. But if we're evolving, so are our clients, or so is the collective.
Yeah, things are changing at,
Things are
at every
changing.
level.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it makes sense that, given the work that we do and the way that we feel called to
Yeah,
service, that would change as well.
yeah.
Um,
And we
and
know and accept that our work is not for everybody and it's not meant to be. So
no.
that's all kind of part of it as well. And it's just like we're not meant for everybody. Like we're not going to be friends with
Mm.
everybody. We're not going to click with everybody. It just, yeah, it is what it is.
And I think that it's also important that we allow ourselves to let that change happen and to move with the change, because there is a there's a bigger picture to it as well, isn't it?
That's what I keep feeling too right now. Is like
Yeah.
just let it go. Like just don't
Mm.
resist it. Just let it happen and just do what you feel you need to do
Hmm.
to go with it. Do what you're intuitively called. Like I have been like sitting in an energy the last week or so that I'm just gonna like I've labeled it I've labeled it. I love to label things. No. Intuitive impulse. Like I like to put a name to the
Mm.
frequency or the energy that I'm feeling or
Hmm.
experiencing or do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's yeah. And I've been kind of, yeah, playing from that frequency and from that space just to
I love that.
see
Yeah, I love it.
just to see what happens. It's like being
Yeah.
in a playground and just going, let's try this, let's do this, and let's just see. Like I think I've spoken to you about it, about like,
Hmm.
I and this is what I really didn't want shared in this space right now, is this particular thing I'm about to tell you, but
Well, we
we'll
can pause
see.
it. We can pause. We can end.
Oh, look, I don't know, something might come out of it. Um, So I put out an offer, I put out a new offering, so like a 2 week journey.
Hmm.
Did it off the cuff one afternoon, felt it drop in after I'd started doing those soul business connection sessions, which have been phenomenal and I've fucking loved doing so much. Like I haven't enjoyed doing, yeah, enjoyed doing. I mean, I enjoy all my work, obviously, but like these were just, there was something different about them. Anyway, um, and yeah, so this offering dropped in, and I literally like wrote it all out and created it in like 2 hours, and created a post, created like the payment link, created did all parts of it, which usually would take me fucking weeks to, when I'm putting something new out there, it'll slowly drip in what it is going to be, and then I'll get around to doing all the different parts of it. And this just was like bang, 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 bang. No, you got to do it now. I couldn't stop. It was a feeling, right? It was a
Hmm.
feel like it was I couldn't control it. And I knew in that, like at that time and through creating this offering, it's really interesting the way it's worked out. But I knew in that time that I was being shown how my this work that I'm looking to step into actually works. And I'm like, I'm walking my talk. I am listening, I'm receiving, I'm hearing, I am
Hmm.
allowing this frequency and this intuitive impulse to like just flow through me. And I went with it and I created it and I put it out there. Got heaps of people look at it, right? No one still has signed up. I have never in my however many years I've had this business, have
Hmm.
I never had anybody sign up to my offerings.
Yeah.
I've always had people. Now, I think I can't even remember when I put it out, maybe a week ago, maybe just less than a week. I can't remember the day. No one. Still, I've had heaps of clicks on the link. Like people are looking at it, but
Mhm.
they have not signed up.
Signed up.
And I know I'm giggling to myself. It's like I'm always connecting with that offering itself and going, what the fuck is your problem? Like, what are we doing here? Why did you want to be heard and felt so urgently? You made me do that. Like, I did it. I honored you. Why is there nobody in that container? Why does nobody want to come into this? This has never in my business life happened to me ever. And you know what? 2 years ago, I would have shit my pants. I would have panicked. I would have been like, oh my God, I'm fucking quitting. Nobody wants to work with me now. This time, I actually, and I'm not saying I don't care because, like, I
No, no, no,
don't
I know.
feel anything about it. I
Yeah.
am not reacting to it. I am actually laughing and looking at it going, you're teaching me something here. You are teaching me to expand my
Hmm.
nervous system, to
Hmm.
push my edges, to go, oh, here, put this out here. And if no one takes it, you don't lose your shit over it. That
Hmm. Hmm.
if that is all this is supposed to be
Yes.
for me
I love
right
that.
now at the start of this journey, I cop that. I'll accept that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, like I said, it just wasn't something I wanted to really come on here and speak about, like share about that no one has signed up to that offering, and it's been a week.
No, I think that's powerful. And I'm glad you're sharing it because that's something that I have found personally as well. When something hasn't worked, people haven't signed up for it or it's kind of fallen flat, I've always got something out of it. And I think that it doesn't necessarily need to be an uptake of a client or a filling of a program. It,
Mm,
as you said, you just walked your talk, you did the thing, you felt
yep.
it, you've calibrated to it, and you're going to keep going. So I think that's a super powerful share.
Yeah,
And
it's
so witnessing you in the vulnerable share of that,
oh,
but celebrating as well the fact that you don't care in the field of
I don't
neutrality around it.
I don't. I
Mm,
honestly don't. Like I haven't uttered a word about this to anyone. Not you. I haven't mentioned until now. I've
mhm,
been wanting to.
mhm.
You were the one person I wanted to talk to about it because, well, I wouldn't really tell anyone else about that anyway. But I have, I just, I have this giggly feeling about it
Yeah.
that's like, all right, I get it. Like you're trying to, I'm being shown something here. Like
Mhm,
again, I
mhm,
feel like it's really to do with that nervous system and that expansion of
mhm.
pushing your edges and knowing that you've mastered that like
Yes.
that rejection kind of the
Yes.
feeling of rejection or the feeling of like oh fuck nobody wants this because
Yeah.
it was hard. I'm not saying that all parts of that have been giggly and easy. There's
No,
definitely
no, no,
been
no.
moments where I have
Mm,
questioned and gone, hang on a minute, I'm in a pivot right now. I'm
mhm,
feeling myself go in a different not totally different direction. Like I'm not completely changing my business. It's just what is moving through me as offerings
mhm,
right now has a
mhm,
different flavor, like I said, than I have
mm.
before. And it won't all be about that, but um, yeah, I'm in this pivot. Is it telling me that I'm doing the wrong thing? Is this a sign to say, hang on a second, are you sure this is what you really are supposed to be doing? Can you see how what a mind fuck it was to start with? Was like,
Of course,
are you
because
just
that,
teaching me something
yeah.
like, am I supposed to be laughing at it like I am? Or is it like roadblock saying, you need to redirect.
Mhm,
Nobody wants
mhm,
this because it's not the right thing. But what I felt when that moved through me, I've never experienced before. I have never, and like I said, it's so in alignment with me starting to work with people in spiritual
mhm,
business
mhm, mhm.
because that's like me practicing what I'm needing to preach.
Correct.
Do you know what I
Yes,
mean? Like I was shown
100%.
that and I felt it in a
Mhm.
different way. Yeah.
No, and as I said, I love it because what you are demonstrating too is the way that we would be led by the mind. So we would be immediately taking that through the mind, and instead you let yourself see. I mean,
Yeah.
you heard all of that,
It's
but you
connected here. I
but
feel the connection.
yeah, but you
It's not
dropped
even,
into it. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it hasn't even entered there. It's only
No,
those fleeting moments of, oh, am I doing the right thing? Like, but it wasn't long. Like it wasn't, it's been, yeah,
but I
mainly
think
outside of that.
I think that applies to no matter whether you're doing a business, but any decision making you do
Yeah.
or anything when
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that doesn't work out how
Hmm.
the mind thought it was, but
Yeah.
maybe there was
Yeah.
something
When
much
it's
far greater.
intuitive.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, I think that's a powerful share. Thank you for sharing it with me and the conversations family.
Now it's all out there. Everybody knows I had a business failure when I'm just stepping into trying to work with people in business.
Was it a failure, you see? I
No,
mean,
it's not a failure, it's a lesson.
yeah,
And you know what? I've
yeah.
actually looked at it and laughed and gone, this is going to be something that I will speak about in the future. It's going
Of
to be
course.
a little marker in my journey where I'm going to be like,
Hmm.
you know what? This happened, and yeah, yeah. So I'm looking at it from that in a whole
Particularly,
different way.
well, particularly as you said, because you've never had that happen before. So
Ever,
how
ever.
interesting
I
it would
don't know
happen
that
now.
feeling of being rejected and not wanted. Especially when I'm trying something like a little bit different,
Mm,
yeah, it was no, no, never, ever. Everything I've ever put out has had bang, bang, bang. Even if it's a
mm,
small number of people sign up, there's always been people, you know?
hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. First time ever in, I don't know, like how many years? 3, 4 years, whatever it's
Well,
been.
put a pin in this because I don't know when you were starting it, but I wonder what will happen now that you've put it out, like you've shared this story, and whether anything comes in the next couple of days, even with people maybe signing up. It would be
Yeah.
really that would be really
Yeah.
interesting too, wouldn't
Even
it?
just voicing what I just said, even
That's
just
what I
putting
mean.
it out there into a
Yeah,
space.
that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Just sharing
Yeah.
the story of it right now
Mm.
in this moment.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, you'll have to let me know if anything changes over the next few days.
I will.
Because I just think that could be another interesting element to
Yeah.
the story.
Mm. Yep.
Oh no, the story. No, the experience. Let's call it an experience because story
Yeah.
comes with an attachment.
Yeah,
Mm.
it does, doesn't it? Yeah. The journey, the experience. Yeah. Mm.
Well, I think it's I'm feeling a whole lot of love and gratitude for both of us in
Yeah.
and our experience when you think about when we first started connecting 18 months ago or whatever, maybe even longer. And to think about where we were back then and to the two people that are sitting here
I know.
today and what we're sharing and talking about and how we're
Hmm.
feeling. And for you, Lauren, I have to honestly honor the biggest shift because there is a version that I know of you that would have been losing her shit about what is happening in this moment. And to see you just in the neutrality of that is just really special. So I feel really
Oh,
privileged to have witnessed that
oh,
evolution as well. So thank you for
oh,
taking
thank
me on
you.
that journey.
No, thank you for being with me. And it's like you just like held up a mirror. Like it's you, and that is you. Exactly what you just said is you, because I know the Ali that would have and could have lost her shit too. Like I'm hearing the WhatsApps with the frantic, the frantic anxiety and the bad headaches and everything fucking
Yeah.
falling apart and feeling overwhelmed.
Hmm.
Like you know how we both would. We
Yep.
probably both fed
Oh,
off each
yeah.
other without, yeah. But
Yes.
it feels very different now, doesn't it?
Well, I'm just seeing as I was saying that as well, I'm seeing us as two little kids like meeting up in the playground, the two new
Yeah.
kids holding hands and walking through the playground.
Going, fuck this. We don't care about anyone. Like we're going.
Yeah, we're just going to do our own thing.
Yeah. No, it
Oh,
has
I
been,
love it.
it has been really cool. Yeah,
Mm.
it's been fun.
And
And
now
it
we're
will
just
be
sharing
too.
that.
Yeah,
We're
that's
bringing
it.
others on the ride with us.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us in this space of truth, reflection, and connection. If today's conversation stirred something within you, we invite you to sit with it, journal on it, or share it with someone who walks the path of self-awareness too.
These conversations are living transmissions, and we are so grateful to be on this journey with you. Until next time, remember your human experience is sacred and you are never walking alone.
With love, Lauren.
And Ali.